Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye. Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shlokir Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadigaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees.
Recording in progress.
You are welcome for continuity of our Bhakti Vedanta study of 10th Canto Srimad Bhagvatam. We are starting chapter 8. The chapter 8 is again entitled The Universal Form Shown by Krishna to Mother Yashoda. But this chapter has certain other pastime also in the beginning. The first pastime is name-giving ceremony of Krishna and Balaram both. So here the first 6 verses, Nanda Maharaj receive Garga Muni and request him to name his sons. So we are starting verse number 1. Sri Shuka Vacha Gargah Prohito Rajan Yadunam Sumahatapah Vrajam Jagam Nandasya Vasudeva Prachoditaha. Gargah Prohito. Prohito means priest. Prohit generally means prohit. Hit means benefit. Pro means the one for whom he is working. He always think of his benefit. So the priest. Yadunam. He is the priest for Yadvas. So every clan used to have their own priest. Yadu had their priest Gargamuni. Pandavas have their priest Dhomya Rishi. Nanda Baba has his priest Sandalya Rishi. The father of Radharani Vrishabhanu has his priest Bhaguri Rishi. So in this way, every clan used to have, every family used to have their own family priest. This was customary, most important. So Garga Acharya was priest of Yaduvanshis. And what is his qualification? Sumahatapaha. He was highly elevated in austerities and penance. Sumahatapaha. Vrajam Jagam, he came to Brajabhumi, to the Nanda Gokul. Nandasya, at the palace of Nanda Maharaj. Why? Vasudeva Prachodita, because Vasudeva has requested him to go there on the instruction of Vasudeva. Sukdev Goswami said, Maharaj Parikshit Rajan, the priest of the Yadu dynasty, namely Garga Muni, who was highly elevated in austerity and penance, was then inspired by Vasudeva to go see Nanda Maharaj at his home. Why he came? This chapter describes, Chakravarti Pad writes, number 1, Krishna's name-giving ceremony. Number 2, his crawling and stealing butter. Number 3, eating dirt and displaying the universal form. And this is the topic, the heading of this chapter. So these are the almost 4 subject matters in this chapter. After telling how Krishna killed series of demons up to Trinavarth, Sukdev remembered Krishna's name-giving ceremony, which took place before the killing of Trinavarth, and then narrated the story. And here, Laghu Vaishnu Toshni writes, having described the pastime showing Krishna's greatness as the Lord through reciting pastime of this child killing demons, some out of order. Out of order means not chronological order. Sukdev now returned to the topic to discuss sequentially the most attractive childhood pastime intrinsic to the Lord. According to the astrological text, the name-giving ceremony should be held 100 days after birth. It means within 3 months. Just within 3 months generally. This is now described. O King, Sukdev announced another topic to the king, who was absorbed happily in listening to the previous pastimes. Garga was most inconceivably fortunate, having performed great austerities, Mahatapa, by which he attained an intimate relationship to Vasudev, to Nanda, and to Krishna. Verse number 2. Tam drishtva param pritah pratyuthaya kritanjali anarchadhokshaja dhiya pranipata purahasaram. Tam drishtva, on seeing Garga Muni. Tam is Garga. Seeing Garga Muni, Paramprita, Nanda Maharaj was very happy, he was pleased, very much pleased, Prabhupada writes. Pratyuthaya, he stood up. Kritanjali, he folded his palms. Anracha Adoksha, and he was thinking as if he worshipped him like the Lord who is beyond senses. With Dhiya means with that intelligence. Pranipata Pradha, then he offered his prostrated, humble obeisances. So when Nanda Maharaj saw Garga Muni present at his home, Nanda was so pleased that he stood up to receive him with folded hands. Although seeing Garga Muni with his eyes, Nanda Maharaj could perceive the Garga Muni was Adhokshaja, that he was not an ordinary person seen by material eyes. Exalted devotee, actually it means. Here, Karam Chandra means Jiva Goswami writes, Vishwanath Chakravarti, no commentary. Nanda worshipped Garga with devotion as if he were the Supreme Lord, Adhokshaja Dhiya, since he saw that Lord dwelled within Garga. And Laghu Vaishnu Toshna says Nanda worshipped Garg with devotion, same, almost same. But Sanatana Goswami writes, Nanda worshipped Garg with devotion as if he were the Supreme Lord, Adhokshaja Dhiya, who is beyond knowledge of senses. This means he thought of Garg as a great devotee. This is like Yasya Prasada Bhagavad Prasada. No, not Yasya, but Sakshad Haritvena Samasta Shastri. Adhokshaja also means, this is another meaning of Adhokshaja. Somehow we already have heard once. Again, Sanatana Goswami is giving the meaning of Adhokshaja. One who, as if born again under the axle when cart fail. Krishna is Adhokshaja. After that incident, he was called Adhokshaja, means Krishna. After Saktasur, he is called Adhokshaja because he was lying under the axle. Nanda, thinking of Krishna as his son, out of attachment, thinking of his safety, worshipped Garga. So Adhokshaja Gaya here, Gaya also means for Krishna, for Krishna's protection. So two meanings. One towards adhokshaja intelligence, with adhokshaja bhava to Garga and also adhokshaja Krishna. He offered respect on the ground or with great humility in front of him. Just he bowed down. Verse 3. Sopavishtam kritatyam atithyam. Swapravishtam, when Garga was seated comfortably, Kirta Atitya, after the guest reception formalities are complete, Girasunirtya Munim. Girasunirtya means with sweet words. Munim, to the Garga Muni, who was quite sitting there, trying to see the bhava of Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj, iti abhrita, he spoke these words, Brahman Purnasya Karvamakim. What can we do for you, please? How can we serve you? So Srila Prabhupada writes, when the Garga Muni had properly received as a guest, Atiti, was very comfortably seated, Nanda Maharaj submitted with gentle and submissive words, Gira Sunirtya, dear sir, because you are a devotee, you are full in everything, yet my duty is to serve you. Kindly order me, what can I do for you? Chakraparti Pad has written, Nanda Maharaj said, since you are complete and fully satisfied within yourself, what service can we possibly render to you? We can do nothing because you have everything. Or taking the word kim as a question, the sentence can be, do you want something? Though you are perfect within yourself, please tell us and we will try to do that. Now, Chakravarti Pad saying, these two meanings are not right. If we take the first meaning, then Garga Muni would answer, coming to your house is pointless. If we take the second meaning, then Garga Muni would reply, since I am perfect, what can you do for me? But one should not think in this way. So this is not the purpose of the question. In both cases, coming to Nanda house is not pointless. Why? For welcoming a saintly person in the house is very valuable. One can see in the scripture how Sanat Kumar came to Prithu's house, how Vamandev came to Balu's house to bestow their mercy. In this mood, Nanda speak words because he said, only you have come here to bestow mercy on us. What can we do for you? So your coming is to bless us. This is the meaning. Now Vaishnava Toshuni says, how somebody can do reception of a guest. He gives the detail of that. He washed the feet of Garga Muni and sat down comfortably to relieve him of fatigue after his journey. He received him as a guest by offering Madhu Paraka. What is Madhu Park? Anybody knows? Madhu Park?
Yes, Prabhu, this is mixture of curd.
This is? Asit Prabhu, you are saying something?
Yeah, this is mixture of curd, honey, and milk. Couple of things are added together. So this is called Madhu Park.
Yeah, Madhu is honey and added with the milk and other items. This is quick energy for a person coming from a long distance. This is a sort of, some juice is given to the nowadays to the guests. So Madhu Park is a item of receiving the saintly person. I think Advait Prabhu, you are also saying something?
Yeah, I mean, same as Prabhu, we offer to the deity every morning.
So Madhu Park is some drink which is very energizing and long distance journey. In olden days, the people used to walk or come by some bullock cart or horse long distance, so there was no sort of restaurant and something on the way to sit and eat. So when they reached there, they were immediately given some drinking, a very, very, very energetic drink, and this is called madhupark. He spoke with sweet words of praise. Garga was silent, Muni, in order to hear Nanda's intention. Nanda says that Garga had achieved perfection in all attainment, Puranasya, because he had the devotion to the Lord. This was because he was Brahman, a person who had achieved greatness because of knowing the meaning of all Vedas. Brahma means Vedas. The conclusion of Veda is devotion to the Lord. Bhagavan Brahma Katsaneha Trera Anaviksha. Yesterday we read this verse from the second canto. The unchanging Lord reviewed three times the Vedic completely. And what is the purpose of Veda? Veda is sarve ahame vedyo. I am to be known by Vedas. And the purpose of Veda is to awaken the love of God. Now, in the verses of Vedas concerning creation, one's desires are said to be fulfilled by special bhakti to the Lord, who is satisfied. This story is told in Vrindavan Purana. Or you are directly Brahman. You are directly the wealth of all things by being an expansion of the Lord. Verse number 4. Mahadavichalnam nirnam grahenam dina chetasam nihashriyasya bhagavan kalpate na anyatha kvachid. Now Nanda Maharaj is actually saying, "Oh my Lord, Garga Muni, O great devotee, person like you move from place to place not for their own interest, but for the sake of poor-hearted grastas, householders, dina, vatsala. Otherwise, they have no interest in going from one place to another place." So, Srila Prabhupada writes, as factually stated by Nanda Maharaj, Garga Muni, being a devotee, had no needs. Then principle. Similarly, when Krishna comes, he has no needs for he is Puran and Atmaram. Nonetheless, he descends to this material world to protect devotees and vanquish miscreants. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkram. This is the mission of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the devotees also have the same mission. One who executes this mission of par-upkar, performing welfare activities for people in general, is recognized by Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as being very, very dear to him. Nacha tasman manusheshu kaschan me priya kritam. Similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has advised this par-upkar. And he has especially advised inhabitant of India, Bharata Bhumi te haila janam ya, manusya janam yar, janam sarthak karikar parupkar. One was taken his birth as a human being in the land of India, should make his life successful and work for the benefit of others people. On the whole, the duty of a pure Vaishnava devotee is to act for the welfare of others. This is the principle. Nanda Maharaj could understand that Garga Muni had come for this purpose, and that his own duty now was to act according to Garga Muni's advice. Thus he said, "Please tell me what is my duty." This should be the attitude of everyone, especially householder. The Varnashram society is organized into the 8 divisions, everybody knows. Nanda Maharaj represented himself as a Grihinam or householder, A brahmachari factually has no needs, but a grahi householder are engaged in sense gratification. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 244, Bhogeshwar Prasaktanam Taya Partachetsam. Everyone has come to this material world for sense gratification, and position of those who are too attached to sense gratification and who therefore accept the grahastha ashram is very precarious. Since everyone in this material world is searching for sense gratification, grahastha is required to be trained as Mahat, great Mahatmas. Therefore, Nanda Maharaj especially used the word Mahat Vichalnam. Garamani had no interest to serve by going to Nanda Maharaj, but Nanda Maharaj as a Grasta was always perfectly ready to receive instruction from Mahatma to gain the real benefit in life. Thus, he was ready to execute Gargamuni's order. So this line, how you look at this line. The Grastas are required to be trained as Mahata, great Mahatmas. How you look at this? How can Grasta be Mahatma? They should be trained to be Mahatma. Refer to Bhagavad Gita, how they are Mahatma. Mahatmanastu mam parat devim prakritim ashritaha. They should take shelter of internal energy of Radharani. And they should be trained as a Mahatma to satatam kirtana yanto mam, always glorifying Supreme Lord and chanting His holy name. So every Grasta has to be trained like that. This is Prabhupada's mood here in a purport. Chakravarti Pad writes, when the great saints leave their ashram and travel outside, they bring the highest fortune to the householders. Such mercy is beneficial and necessary for the Grasta on the earth, but not for the brahmacharis or the demigods. Grastas who are humble and think themselves lower than the grass, dina chetasam, can receive mercy from wandering mendicants. But proud, hard-hearted Grastas with crooked mentalities can never receive mercy from the saints. And can somebody give some example that Grasta should get mercy from the saintly people? Just
Goswami would go and give mercy.
That's good. Very simple. Everybody know this. Prabhupada's father, Gorman Day, used to invite every day certain sadhus to home and feed them and ask them to bless my son to become the devotee of Radharani. Right? So and then Prabhupada become Mahatma. This is what the Grasta should do. Now I am asking somehow, are any Grasta doing anything like that now? What is your...
ISKCON we do, we do Maharajas at home, and then we have some programs or senior devotees. But I have not seen outside world.
But we ask them for some mercy.
Yes, Prabhuji, we ask for their blessings. That's why we invite them so that we can get some association and blessings.
Every day?
Not every day, yes. I mean, but when we chant also, we remember our Guru and we keep asking for, that mercy when we are when we close our eyes and we start our chanting. We have our Guru in our heart, like Sachidanand Maharaj says, in our heart space, our Guru is sitting there. We sit in front of him because at least for me, I don't connect to Krishna. I sit in front of my Shiksha Guru and I ask that please connect me. So every day I'm like begging.
I have experience, Prabhuji. When Bhakti, His Holiness Bhakti Ashay Vaishnava Swami Maharaj was ill. He had a heart attack. Then I requested him to come to Nainital and stay there for recovery. So he came here and stayed for about 15 days. I asked his mercy.
Very good. The point I'm making says Prabhupada's father has set example that saintly person should be invited. I mean, this was say 100 years back people were doing like that, but now this culture is dwindling like anything, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
And in a Western world, it is unheard.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
I do have an experience, Prabhuji.
Oh, yeah, please share.
Actually, after my 27 years Gulf life, I came and started in Kanchikodan small center, preaching, ISKCON preaching center. Idea was to set up a community, ISKCON community. It's going on. So actually our preaching hall was constructed immediately. Then this was inaugurated by my Divya Puja, Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapataga Maharaj. So actually, during inauguration, after inaugurating, he had a initiation program in Coimbatore, 1990 devotees. Thereafter, he had a class in Melbourne. So actually there, he started just a 5 minutes talk about Kanchikot Center. Actually there are certain things which what I have done here, I have not done to anybody, including to my wife. No one knows what I did. Certain things, because I wanted to keep something what I did, only Lord is sufficient to know. I don't have to preach and propagate. But actually, each thing what I did, which I did not tell anybody, including Guru Maharaj, he told there one by one what I did. So that was something amazing and astonishing.
Yeah, very good. So the whole idea is the Grasthas, it is mandatory that they should have association of saintly person regularly for their spiritual nourishment. Garga is called Mahat because he is fixed in the service to the Lord and other aspects. He went far from his residential quarter, Vichalanam. Other men are absorbed in worldly actions for this and next life by their nature. Furthermore, they are engaged in supporting wife and children. Moreover, they become disturbed by this, Dina Chetasam. Your coming is meant for creating all auspiciousness for such people. O Omniscient One, Bhagavan, person with knowledge like you come to ignorant people like us by mercy. Other than to give us mercy, there is not cause for your leaving your home, since the nature of great soul is to work for the other's benefit. So Srila Prabhupada has taken all these things together, and nice purport we have just read Prabhupada's. Materialists do not know what to do and what not to do. Or you are directly Narayan, Bhagavan. In worship, there is no non-difference of the Lord and his devotee. This indicates that Garga is capable of doing anything, moving about acts, kalpate, for their benefit. You do not otherwise for them, since there is never any obstacle or accident for a great soul. Or even the slight deviation from the service to the Lord, Vichalnam, by the devotees, Mahat, is beneficial for the householders. Being attached to the house, engaging in other actions and going elsewhere, they never attain the highest goal. So these are some other items in commentaries. Next verse, verse number 5. One other qualification of Garga Rishi, and by this qualification actually Nanda is revealing his mind that what is his request. Jyotisham ayanam sakshat yattaj gyanam atindriyam pranitam bhavata yena puman veda paravaram. O great saintly person, you have compiled the astrological knowledge by which one can understand past and present unseen things. By the strength of this knowledge, any human being can understand what he has done in his past life and how it affects his present life. This is known to you. Srila Prabhupada writes, the word destiny is now defined. Jyotisham, knowledge of the astrology, along with other aspects of culture and human society, and specifically in civilized society, there must be knowledge of astrology. Ayanam, the movements of the star and planets in relationship to human society. Sakshat, directly, yet that gyanam, such knowledge. Ati indriyam, which an ordinary person cannot understand because it is beyond his vision. Pranitam Bhavata, you have prepared a perfect book of knowledge, and by which Puman, any person, Veda, can understand Para Avaram, the cause and effect of destiny. So this is the word destiny. So from here Prabhupada is starting his purport on Para Avaram. So the word destiny is now defined. Unintelligent person do not understand the meaning of life are just like animals. Animals do not know the past, present and future of the life, nor are they able to understand it. But a human being can understand this if he is sober. Therefore in Bhagavad Gita, dhiras tatra na mohiyate, sober. Simple truth is that although life is eternal, in this material world one changes from one body to another. Foolish people, especially in this age, do not understand this simple truth. Krishna says, Dehinu asmin yatha dehe. The Krishna, the greatest authority, says that body will change. And as soon as the body changes, one's whole program of work changes also. Today I am human being or a great personality, but with a little deviation from the nature's law. I shall have to accept the different type of body. Today I am a human being, but tomorrow I might become dog, and then whatever activities I have performed in this life will be failure. It is going to be a failure. The simple truth is now rarely understood, but one who is dhira can understand this. Those in this material world for material enjoyment should know that because their present position will cease to exist, they must be careful in how they act. This is also stated by Rishabdev. Nasadhu manye yat atmano ayam asannapi kalesha da'as deha. Although this body is temporary, as long as we have to live in this body, we must suffer. Whether one has the short life or long life, one must suffer the threefold miseries of the material life. Therefore, any gentleman dhira must be interested in Jyotish or astrology. Nanda Maharaj was trying to take advantage of opportunity afforded by Garga Muni's presence, for Garga Muni was a great authority in this knowledge of astrology, by which one can see unseen events of past, present and future. It is the duty of a father to understand the astrological position of his children and do what is needed for their happiness. Now, taking advantage of the opportunity afforded by the presence of Garga Muni, Nanda Maharaj suggested that Garga Muni prepare a horoscope for the Nanda's two sons, Krishna and Balaram. In this verse, Nanda Maharaj begins to intimate his desire to Garga Muni about the Namakarana, name-giving ceremony of his son. Nanda Maharaj said, not only do you know the treatise Ayanam about the planet Jyotisham, from which one can get knowledge beyond gross sense perception, but you have compiled, Pranita, it as well. By astrology, one can know the past, avara, and future, para, of any human being, destiny, by examining the chart of his son born to me, this son born to me in my old age, and seeing the lines on his hands and feet, please tell all the auspicious and inauspicious events of child's future. Any comment about anything written now? Ayana means motion of the planets, and consequently knowledge of that are what causes the movement. Thus astrology means that which produce knowledge of the movement of the planets. You have made this knowledge of the planet into astrology scriptures. What type of knowledge is this? There are other practices of knowledge, but this produce knowledge of unattainable by the senses. It's beyond senses.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
Yeah, it's interesting that Srila Prabhupada is writing that it is the duty of a father to understand the astrology of his child. And, the Jyotisha is Vedanga, it's an important theme of knowledge of the Vedas, and therefore it helps us to trace out what path we can take in life also. It's important,
Well, in two places Prabhupada says Jyotish is important. One is the horoscope of a baby, and one is matching the boy and girl for marriage.
Yeah, matrimony here.
Yeah, but some purpose Prabhupada says somebody is sitting on a branch of a tree and he's cutting the branch and he will fall. That is astrology. Sometime he has some comment like that also. But
Yeah, but
anybody,
it's important, especially when it comes to varna.
Anybody knows about Garga Sahita, and somebody who knows the Garga Sahita and have heard about the past life?
You mean the Bhrigu Samhita?
Yes.
Not that Samhita, Bhrigu Samhita, right?
Right, Bhrigu Sahita. Oh, that is the Bhrigu Sahita. Okay, Garga and Bhrigu Sahita, right. Garga is also Acharya of astrology, but there is a Bhrigu Sahita.
But even Garg Sahita is also containing very important features on Jyotish Shastra. This is what is mentioned here in this verse also.
Right, this tells you past and present life and in the future life also. Similar.
Yes. Garg Sahita also includes Jyotish Shastra. There are a couple of them. Bhrigu Shastra is very prominent, but Garg Sahita also includes a lot of Jyotish Shastras.
So anybody has tried Bhrigu Sahita?
There is a thing in South India called Shivanadi.
Shivanadi.
In Tamil Nadu. But I went there, but I think I realized that all cheating actually. It just
Okay. Okay.
After money, complete cheating.
Once Indradyumna Maharaj went to some that person has become so popular. The bus load of the Russians, they go from Vrindavan to that Bhrigu reader. So I went once to this Bhrigu reader. Now he's actually almost unconscious on the bed when last time I visited him. He has no son, so his daughter's son is continuing. So on the first time he told me almost 90% very correct things, that you have to change the country, you have to change the profession, and you have this, all thing. Almost 90% he told something which he was reading from his Sanskrit book, and then he was translating. I think I have recorded somewhere. And then he will say, now you have to come after 3 months for the second page. Then your past life will be told. This is the present life, then past life will be told. And then go third time, then the future he will tell you something. So I went twice, and the third time is still waiting. You have some, Pulastaji, you have some question? Your hand up?
Hare Krishna. Yes, just a comment.
apparently, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, when he was known as Bimal Prasada, wrote a book on astrology called
Siddhanta.
Siddhanta. Yeah.
Siddhanta Sar.
Prabhupada talks about him in one of the purports of the Chaitanya Charitamrita in Adi Leela. I think it was 1390, CC 1390, where he mentioned this.
What he mentioned?
He mentions about Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati being a great, previously being a great astrologer, basically.
Okay. So similarly, Prabhupada, in the past or in the future, he will become a big preacher, something, a very well-known person. There are some people astrology still people think about. When I hear some people, he said, now his time is over, he will go, now the next will come. I hear this thing about astrology even within the ISKCON circles. So we are coming to the purport of the Laghu Vaishnava Toshuni. By this scripture, which is compiled by Garga Muni, respected people like you attain knowledge beyond the senses. By this one can know the past and future event of the life. You should tell us concerning these two boys. One will ask about previous life, because auspiciousness in that life determines the auspiciousness in the future. Therefore, Garga first tell about Krishna's previous birth. By this method, any person can understand the past and future. This indicates that astrology is easy to understand. I don't know. Verse number 6. Tam hi brahma vidam sreshtaha sanskaran karatum harasi balayor anayor nirnam janmana brahmano guruhu. Janmana brahmano guruhu. So on this there are different commentaries. My Lord, you are the best of the Brahmins, especially because you are fully aware of the Jyotish Shastra and astrological science. Therefore, you are naturally the spiritual master of every human being. This being so, since you have kindly come to my house, kindly execute the reformatory activities for my two sons. Srila Prabhupada writes, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam, the four varna. Prabhupada's purport is very elaborate and very instructive. This purport. So the Brahmins are required for the guidance of the whole society. If there is no such institution as Varnashram Dharma, and if the human society has no such guide as the Brahman, human society will be hellish. In Kali Yuga, especially at the present moment, there is no such thing as real Brahman. And therefore society is in chaotic condition. Formerly there were qualified Brahman, but at present, although there are certainly persons who think themselves Brahman, they actually have no ability to guide society. Now this is the aid in the Krishna conscious movement. So I'm requesting, I think somebody should write a good essay about, at least in this first 10 chapter, the Prabhupada's purpose of establishing ISKCON. It's some good article actually. This Krishna conscious movement is therefore very much eager to reintroduce the Varna Ashram system. This is big statement into the human society, so that those who are bewildered or less intelligent will be able to take guidance from a qualified Brahmanas. The Brahman means Vaishnava. After one becomes Brahman, the next stage is next stage of development in the human society is to become a Vaishnava. People in general must be guided to the destination or goal of life, and therefore they must understand Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The whole system of Vedic knowledge is based on this principle, but the people have lost the clue. Nate vidu swarth gatim hi Vishnu. And they are simply pursuing the sense gratification with the risk of gliding down to the lower grade of life, mrityu sansara vartamani. It does not matter whether one is born a Brahman or not. No one is born a Brahman. Everyone is born Shudra. But by the guidance of the Brahman and by the sanskaras, one can become Dveja, or twice born, and then gradually become a Brahman. Brahmanism is not a system meant to create monopoly for the particular class of men. Everyone should be given a chance. Everyone should be educated so as to become a Brahman. At least there must be an opportunity to allow everyone to attain destination of life, regardless of whether one is born in a Brahman family or a Kshatriya family or a Shudra family. One may be guided by proper Brahman and be promoted to the highest platform of being Vaishnava. Thus, the Krishna conscious movement afford an opportunity to develop the right destiny for human society. Again, a bold statement. Nanda Maharaj took advantage of the opportunity of Garga Muni's presence by requesting him to perform the necessary reformatory activities for his son to guide them towards the destination of life. So add please into that list. Somebody is doing that? I think previously our Ajay Prabhu has done. Is somebody else is doing?
Yes, Prabhu, I have a list.
Okay, yeah, you add all these and just those 2-3 devotees who have time and they should just write a good essay, then we can distribute among ourselves, and maybe we can put this in Back to Godhead magazine, and that is the mission of Prabhupada as explained in the 10th canto of Bhagvatam, something like that. Nanda Maharaj continued, such a great personality coming to my house is just for my benefit. The benefit is twofold, for the present life and future life. Of the two, I am now requesting you to deliver the auspiciousness of this present life. Thus, Nanda Maharaj began to speak. You are not only the best among astrologers, but you are also the best among those who know God. You are most qualified to perform the necessary sanskara, purificatory rites, because you are expert in telling the future in the chanting mantra. Gargamuni said, but these functions should be done by Guru. Then Nanda Maharaj replies, just by their birth, the Brahmans are the spiritual master for all human beings. Janamana Brahmano Guru. You are Brahman by birth, Janamana. This Jiva Goswami writes like that. Because you are the best of the knower of the Vedas, because you are the best of the great devotees, you should perform the sanskar for 2 boys according to their caste. According to their caste means one is son of Vasudeva, Balaram, and you perform the sanskar as a Kshatriya, and the other is Vaishya, my son Krishna, you perform the sanskar according to that. According to the Vaishnava custom, you should name them, start their education, and give tilak, marks, etc. This is described in Padma Purana. So when somebody is giving name, giving ceremony, then he has to do these things. I'm saying not afterwards the education and give tilak marks on them. Now next section is 7 to 10 Garga Muni's concern and Nanda Maharaj's acceptance. Shri Garga Vacha Yaduna Mahamacharya Khyatascha Bhuvi Sarvada Sutam Maya Sanskritam Te Manyate Devaki Sutam. Garg Muni said, "My dear Nanda Maharaj, I am the priestly guide of the Yadu dynasty. This is known everywhere. Therefore, if I perform purificatory process for your sons, Kans will consider them son of Devaki." Garga Muni indirectly disclosed that Krishna was the son of Devaki, not of Yashoda. Since Kansa was already searching for Krishna, if the purificatory process were undertaken by Garga Muni, Kansa might be informed, and that would create a catastrophe. It may be argued that although Garga Muni was the priest of Yadu dynasty, Nanda Maharaj also belonged to that dynasty. Nanda Maharaj, however, is not acting as a Kshatriya. Therefore, Garga Muni said, "If I act as your priest, this will confirm that Krishna is the son of Devaki." Garga speaks to advise that, now Chakravarti Pad is disclosing the secret. Garga speaks to advise that the sanskar must be done secretly because of danger of himself and Nanda from the Kansa. He was sent by Vasudeva for that purpose, but he simply, this is the purpose. Why he is speaking all these things? That this sanskar should be done very secretly. Nanda Maharaj, you are actually a member of the Yadu dynasty, but you are not known as a Yadu because you are not Kshatriya. However, I am well known as the priest of the Yadus. Therefore, if I don't do this ceremony secretly, there will be a lot of doubts. Garga appears to refuse the request since it would reveal the sons. Garga was famous as a priest of Yadu, and because of this, Kans would possibly suspect the boys were Devaki's son. Verse number 8 and 9. Kansa papa mati sakhyam tava sha ananka dum dubehe devakya ashramo garbho naistari bhavitam aharati iti sanchintayan shutva devakyaha darika vacha api hanta gata shankas trahi tamno anyo bhavet. Kans is both a great diplomat and a very sinful man. Therefore, having heard from Yogamaya, the daughter of Devaki, that the child who will kill him has already been born somewhere else, having heard that the eighth pregnancy of Bhakti of the Devaki could not bring forth a female child, and having understood your friendship with Vasudeva, Kans, upon hearing that the purificatory process has been performed by me, the priest of Yadu dynasty, may certainly consider all these points and suspect that Krishna is son of Devaki and may certainly and Vasudeva. Then he might take a step to kill Krishna. That would be catastrophe. Srila Prabhupada writes, Kans knew very well that Yogamaya was, after all, made servant of Krishna and Vishnu, and that although Yogamaya had appeared as the daughter of Devaki, she might have been forbidden to disclose this fact. Actually, this was what had happened. Garga Muni argued very soberly that his taking part in performing reformatory process for Krishna would give rise to many doubts, so that Kansa might take a very severe step to kill the child. Kansa had already sent many demons to attempt to kill this child, but none of them survived. If Garga Muni were to perform the purificatory process, Kansa's suspicion would be fully confirmed and he would take very severe step. Garga Muni gave this warning to Nanda Maharaj. Chakravarti is writing, everyone everywhere will think this, especially Kans will pursue this matter. Nanda Maharaj replied, but will Kans, being a Brahmavadi, actually kill you? Garga says, yes, because Kans is a sinful person. Papamati. He will kill people like us. He will certainly do it because he has already committed violence against your friend Sakyam Vasudev. He will do the same to you. His demonic intelligence will begin to act. When Kansa heard the words of Devaki's daughter, he thought, it's not possible that the 8th child of Devaki is a girl. My enemy Vishnu has certainly been born to Devaki, but by the arrangement of Vasudeva, he was taken to house of his friend Nanda. My worshipable deity Durga, who has taken the role of Devaki's daughter, said that he who will kill me has already taken birth somewhere. Having ambiguously stated that Vishnu was not born to Devaki, but somewhere else, Durga has hinted to me that I should search everywhere and quickly kill him. While thinking in this way, and engrossed in looking for his enemy, comes upon hearing about my performing the Manama Karana, may conclude that the Vasudeva's son is in Nanda's house, and he will come here to kill the child. This will then be a great fault on my part. Kansa has an evil mind, Hanta. Api indicate possibility. Thus, in the sentence it means, if Kansa, the killer, suspects something, then my doing the sanskar will give very opposite results. Anyaha. Kansa has an evil mind. Okay. If Kansa, the killer, suspects something, then my doing this sanskar will be very opposite, same thing. Hanta can also mean he will come quickly. The following should be understood. In desiring to do ceremony in secret, Garga produced fear in Nanda's heart. But the word Hanta actually means going. Being suspicious, he will come here. The daughter of Devaki had said, your killer, your enemy in a previous life has already been born somewhere. 10:4:12. By this statement, Kansa no longer suspects Vasudeva. His friendship with Vasudeva means Nanda Maharaj's friendship with Vasudeva will end on hearing news of son being born to the imprisoned Vasudeva. Because he has an evil mind and has expert evil counselors, he will infer as follows: my enemy has been born as a son of Vasudeva. On the instruction of Vasudeva, son taking the form of female child to fool me has then entered Nanda's house. So these are all the moods of the Acharya. Now verse 10. Shri Nanda Vacha. Shri Nanda Vacha. Alakshito asmin rahasi nama kayapi go vraje kuru dvijati sanskaram swasti vachan purvakam. Nanda Maharaj said, my dear great sage, if you think that you are performing this process of purification will make Kansa suspicious, then secretly chant the Vedic mantra and perform the purifying process of second birth here in the cow shed of my house without the knowledge of anyone else, even my relatives. For this process of purification is essential. Nanda Maharaj did not like the idea of avoiding the purificatory process. Despite the many obstacles, he wanted to take advantage of Garg Muni's presence and do what was needed. The purificatory process is essential, specific for Brahman, Kshatriya and Vaishyas. Therefore, since Nanda Maharaj presented himself as a Vaishya, this process of purification was essential. Formally, such institutional activities were compulsory. Chaturvaranyam. Without these activities of purification, society would be considered society of animals. To take advantage of Garga Muni's presence, Nanda Maharaj wanted to perform Namakarana ceremony even secretly, without any gorgeous arrangement. Garga actually wanted this, and he knew that Nanda Baba has done so elaborate birth ceremony of Krishna, his Nand Utsav. So if he invites so many people for this Nam giving ceremony, then it is going to be a disaster. So Nanda Maharaj now agreed that he can do very secretly. Only two mothers, two babies, and Nanda Maharaj and Garga. 6 people will be there, nobody else. Therefore, the opportunity for purification should be regarded as the essential duty of human society. In Kali Yuga, however, people have forgotten the essence. Manda sumanda matyo manda bhagya upadrita. In this age, people are all bad and unfortunate, and they do not accept Vedic instructions to make their life successful. Nanda Maharaj, however, did not want to neglect anything, to keep intact a happy society advanced in spiritual knowledge. He took full advantage of Garga Muni's presence to do what was necessary. How degraded society has become within 5,000 years. Manda sumanda matyo manda bhagya. The human life is obtained after many millions of births, and it is intended for purification. Previously, a father was eager to give all kind of help to elevate his children, but at present, because of being misguided, people are prepared even to kill to avoid the responsibility of raising children. Chakravarti Pad writes, by good fortune, you have come to my house. When will I again receive such an acharya as you? Today we will do only what is minimally required by a shastra, and have all the other festival with music done on some other day. It means you do the minimum Vedic requirement. Then I will call my Acharya Sandalya Rishi, and then we can have a big festival. Thinking in this way, Nanda speak this verse. Namakai indicate that not even Nanda's brothers would know this. Mamakai. Govarja, the cow pen is pure place, and therefore it does not need cleaning. Rahasi means that they will not allow entrance for the workers who usually come into the shade to take the cows for pasturing. They are already gone on pasture. They are empty. Nobody will come now. Dvijati indicate the Balaram was a Kshatri and Krishna was a Vaishya, so both were eligible for Namakarna Sanskar. Swasti Vachanam means Punyaha Swastihi Riddhi Mantra should be recited 3 times. They must be recited before all the auspicious rituals. By indicating the cow shed, Nanda also indicated it lacked the concern for proper place to perform the sanskar. It would be empty because during the day the cows went to the forest. He requested Dvijati sanskar for name giving according to the Kshatriya and Vaishya rules. Swasti Vachanam consists of repeating 3 times words Punyaha Swastihi Traidhaha. Also, reciting the following mantra is called Swasti Vachanam. Punato mam deva janaha punato mam dhiya punato vishwa bhutani jata veda punihi mam. May the Devata purify me, may the intelligent purify me with their minds, may the living beings of the universe purify me, may fire purify me, Rig Veda. This is necessary in all the rituals, and so should be done. But other mantras need not be done, since people should not know of the ceremony. Thus, after you have chanted these mantra only, you should perform the ceremony. Next, verse 11 to 20. Garga Muni performed name-giving ceremony for Krishna and Balaram. Sri Shuka Vacha. Evam samprathito vipraha swachikirshtam evatat chakara nama karanam gudo rasi balayo. Sukdev Goswami continued, having thus been especially requested by Nanda Maharaj to do that which he already destined to do, because he was asked by Vasudeva to go and do this. Garga Muni performed the name-giving ceremony of Krishna and Balaram in a solitary place. Laghu Vaishnu Toshni writes, Garga actually desired to perform that one sanskar unseen by anyone, even the people of Braj. Since Garga was aware that Krishna was the Lord, why did he not have some hesitation to perform such a ceremony for the Lord? The pastime of the two children on earth, Bala Yuhu, which were for the benefit of the people and for giving joy to his devotees, were bewildering even to those who knew that Krishna was the Supreme Lord. One should also understand that when the two boys were brought, Garga felt great joy and gave them blessing. Garga actually desired to perform that one sanskar unseen. This is same thing. In this way, being urgently requested, samprathita, he performed the name ceremony with preliminary rites of diksha tat. Or tat indicate a reference to the something secret. Tat also indicate that the ceremony was the most important and auspicious. Garga did the ceremony secretly in the solitary place, Rasi, to give Nanda joy. The greatest of his sons should be told by Garga. Greatness of his son should be told by Garga. But because of Nanda's great affection, he would not see Krishna as the Lord. Since others were not at that level of affection, by hearing of Krishna's greatness, they would see Krishna as Lord. This would interrupt their affection. Thus he spoke in a solitary place. So Sanatana Goswami is saying why he chose solitary place apart from Kansa's fear and other things. This is the reason. Nanda will not accept Krishna as a god because he has two attachment. Other people who have no attachment, if he says God, then they will not believe. So it's not good. Or he did it secretly out of fear of Kansa. That is the second reason. Fearing a decrease in Nanda's affection, he did not directly indicate Krishna's power to Nanda. He introduced that Kansa or Krishna was a great person equal to Narayana. Narayana somehow will come, doing astonishing activities. Since Garga was aware that Krishna was Lord, why did he not have some hesitation to perform such a ceremony for the Lord? The pastime of the two boys, Balayo, children on earth, were for the benefit of the people and for giving joy for his devotees. Such infant pastime should be sought by his devotees. Now Garga Vacha. Ayam hi rohini putro ramayanna suhirdo gunai आख्यासते राम इति बाल अधिक्याद बलम विदुः यदूनाम अप्रतिग्भावात् संकरणम उशन्ति अपि. First is giving name ceremony for Balaram. He is saying this child, son of Rohini, this some Rasik Acharya say, Yashoda and Rohini, they exchanged the babies and they wanted to test whether Garga knows them or not, whose son is who. So Garga Muni immediately pointed out one who was on the lap of Yashoda. He said, I am this one, son of Rohini. Will give happiness to his relatives and friends by his transcendent qualities. Therefore, he will be known as Ram. And because he will manifest extraordinary bodily strength, he will also be known as Bala. Moreover, because he unites two families, Vasudev's family and family of Nanda Maharaj, he will be known as Sankrishna. So these three names are already given by Krishna when he asked the Yoga Maya to transfer the baby from the womb of Devaki to Rohini. Srila Prabhupada writes, Baladev was actually son of Devaki, but he was transferred from Devaki's womb to that of Rohini. This fact was not disclosed. According to the statement in Hari Vansa, Gargamuni did disclose to Nanda Maharaj that Balaram would be known as Sankrishna because of uniting two families, the Yadu Vans and the Vans of Nanda Maharaj, one of which was known as Kshatriya and other was known as Vaishya. Both families had the same original forefather. The only difference being that Nanda Maharaj was born of Vaishya wife, whereas Vasudeva was born of Kshatriya wife. Later, Nanda Maharaj married a Vaishya wife and Vasudeva married a Kshatriya wife. So, although the families of Nanda Maharaj and Vasudeva both came from the same father, they were divided as Kshatriya and Vaishya. Now, Baldev united them, and therefore he was known as Sankrishna.
Prabhuji,
Yes.
a couple of things. One is, I have seen many different versions of this meaning of Shankarshan. Sometimes it says because it's Akarshan of the womb of the
Yeah. So Sankrishna has many meanings, you are right, in different contexts. This is the one meaning of Sankrishna here, that he united the two families. The other one meaning which Krishna told at that time, that he will be pulled from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini, so he will be called Sankrishna. The one meaning is he will bring with his plow the devotees to the lotus feet of Krishna, therefore he is called Sankrishna, because he will attract the devotees, because he is the Acharya, he is the principal Guru. So he will bring the people to the lotus feet of Krishna, so he is also called Sankrishna. So in this way, Sankrishna has different meanings at different times, right? Some other meaning, anybody know? I just said three, maybe some more.
I mean, the Lord Sankarshan is again another form, right? The one with unlimited hoods, glorifying the Lord.
Yeah, that is ultimately Balaram's expansion is Sankrishna. Balaram is the first expansion of Sri Krishna from his right side. Only the difference is in color. This is the salt of expansion of Krishna with different features and different mood. But then Balaram immediately, he becomes first Chaturvyu, Vasudeva, Sankrishna, Pradyumna and Anuruddha. So he becomes first Chaturvyu then. And then the function of the Balaram is for creation and for serving personally Krishna. And he is the servitude God to teach us how to serve. So then the Vasudeva, this Chaturvyu, then again is the second Chaturvyu in a Vaikuntha, when the Vasudeva becomes Narayan, and Sankrishna will then become three Vishnus, Mahavishnu and Garbhodakshai and Kshirodakshai. They are also the Anuruddha and Pradyumna, like that. So this is a continuation of the Balaram as a Sankrishna.
Thank you. One more question I had. Here it says that, you have heard before, Nanda Maharaj married a Vaishya wife, and Nanda Maharaj married a Vaishya wife, and Vasudeva married a Kshatriya wife. So, basically what they're saying is, was born of a Vaishya wife. Nanda Maharaj was born of a Vaishya wife. So by becoming born of a Vaishya mother, Vaishya, the woman's varna is just by the varna of her husband, or woman's varna is also carried from her father's varna?
I think there are different. I think we have discussed this in one of the purport where the whole detail is given. If the Brahman marries a Vaishya, then he is called Abhir, something like that. And in this way, the Nanda Maharaj was born by a Abhir wife. His father was Kshatriya, but his mother was that. So when somebody marries to, in one purport, this whole thing is already in earlier purports is there. There are few words there. Abhir and 3-4 words are there. We can go back to the purport and look for that. Where again we have discussed this. Devamid was the one Yaduvanshi. He has two wives, one Kshatriya wife, and from that was born Sursen. And then he has other Vaishya wife. The son born was Parjanya. And then the Sursen has a son Vasudev, and Parjanya has son Nanda Maharaj and 4 other brothers, 2 elder, 2 younger. So, I mean, this is some technical language used in a Vedic literature. These are called Analom and Vilom Varna. If Brahman marries Kshatri is something Analom, and if the Kshatri marries Brahman is a Viloma. The Suta is also something like that. Suta caste is when Brahman marries Kshatri, the baby is called Analom Suta. If the Brahman marries Kshatri wife, then is a Vilom Suta. So similarly, there are some technical terms in a Vedic terminology for different marriages. If the wife is from some specific varna, then the child is called, according to that. And mostly in a Vedic time, the name of the mother is more prominent, like Konte, Partha, and Pandu's name is less. In those days, the name of mother was prominent for the child.
Nice. So basically, but here today, we are basing the varna on the person's on qualifications of karma.
Guna karma vibhaksha.
A lot of it by janma.
Not by janma, right? So again, that is we are following Devi Varna Ashram. We are following Devi Varna Ashram actually. That's what this word was quoted by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami. Devi Varna Ashram. That all are Vaishnavas, but still, because of their talent, they are acting as a Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, but they are all Vaishnavas. Srila Prabhupada has a talk in Vrindavan where he's saying in the morning when after Aarti, I'm mopping the floor is a Shudra job, but I'm not Shudra, I'm sannyasi. When I'm distributing books, it is a Vaishya job, but I'm not a Vaishya. So these are the jobs as a Vaishnava can do this. So this is called Divine Varnashram or Devi Varnashram. So, but there is word Janmana. The word Janmana is there. It's still in Shastra. If they are not acting according to Janmana, then they are Dveja Bandhu. They are not accepted as Brahmana Kshatriya if they are not acting according to the Varna. But they are acting according to the Varna, then they have the first priority. Like son of a doctor cannot be doctor. But if he become a doctor, he has all the facilities already. A full-fledged established clinic and all the books and everything. He has all customer and everything there. Son of a advocate cannot be advocate without qualification. But if he does that, then he have more facility than the new person because he has all the facilities with him, the father's book, father's client and his experience. So similarly, those who are born in those family, if they are trained properly, Like Vaishnava family born, they are trained Vaishnavas. There's no need of calling them Brahman, Kshatri, Vaishya. They are Vaishnavas. And Vaishnava is above Brahman. But it's still, yeah, but still there is a consideration. Still in some parts of the Vedic civilization, or most of the things are completely topsy turvy. But some people still, select the marriage for the boy and girls, particularly from, somehow in ISKCON, definitely we don't follow this system of varna ashram. But one of Prabhupada's disciple, she was young, 18 years when she joined the movement. She came to Bombay for 25 years or 5 year celebration, and she was saying marriage is quite failure in the ISKCON. She said, I was asked to marry so and then broke. Then I was married to so and so, then broke. So these things are within ISKCON also. But some are continuing. But in a Vedic system, what marriages we have, this is 40 years or 50 years, this marriage will continue. So marriage is, definitely there should be astrological matching and some definitely consideration, but in haste or frustration we do decision and then we regret actually. Hare Krishna. So they say, okay, continue. Hari once says, almost all the Yadus, amongst all the Yadus, you, Nanda Maharaj, are the most dear to me. Garga did not reveal here that Balaram was transferred, Krishna, from the womb of Devaki to Rohini, thus giving the name Sankarshan for that reason. So this is the other reason for Sankarshan name. Karam Sandrap says, since Balaram will unite the Yadus, because they will think common ancestry, he will be called Sankarshan. That Vasudeva and Nanda are called Yadus is stated by Balaram when he went to the Dwarka, who went from Dwarka to Vraj. Balaram then replied to Nanda Maharaj and others standing around him, among all the Yadavas, you are my best friend, Harivans. The cowherds were actually born in the Yadu dynasty. This is explained in Krishna Sandarbha by Jiva Goswami. Lagu Vaishna Toshani. Some version had a VIHE instead of he, pointing out that the child with his finger are touching him. Garga said, this child, known as son of Rohini, will give joy to his friends. The word Asya to indicate Krishna is used in the same context. He will be known as son of Rohini. He will give joy to the friend like Vasudeva and you, Nanda. My giving him the name Ram is only a pretense. He will spontaneously be known by his name in the future because of having his nature. Giving the other name also is only a pretense. The present tense viduhu, no, is in the present tense. Since the act of knowing will be very soon, they will know him as a Bal because of his strength. Because of having fathers in both, because of having fathers in both Vasudeva and Nanda, Yadunam, he will be known as Sankarshan because of being pulled into two families. That Vasudeva and Nanda are called Yadu is stated by Balaram when he went to Dwarka to Birja, same verse quoted. Garga said, I am the priest among the Yadus, including Nanda. The word api at the end of the verse indicate that Balaram would be known by other names also. Sometimes Utta certainly is seen instead of api. The meaning is same, because he will give pleasure to the Atma Ramas. So here the person with pure heart, he will be called Rama. Vidhu in the present tense is a present can also indicate that name is eternal. Vidhu means Vidhata, means eternal. People will always know him as Balaram. From the word api, it suggests that there is another meaning for the name Sankrishna, he who was transferred from the womb. Brother Vaishnav Toshni, pointing to the Balaram with a finger, same thing. By showing the derivation of name, he shows that he is not arbitrarily making a name on his own. That is understood by naming Krishna also, because he has exceptional power or more power than other people. He is called Bala. Okay. Because he is raised by you, he is your son. It is said, Vrajesha Sutayoho, the two son of Nanda. It is also said in this verse that Balaram is the son of Rohini, Rohiniya Putraha, not of the son of Vasudev, not the son of Vasudev. At the same time, by birth, they are Yadus. Thus, Balaram draws the two families together, Sankrishna. Now, verse number 13. Asan, now he is going towards, Asan means he is pointing towards Krishna. Asan varnan trayo he asya granato anyo yugam tanoho shuklo raktas tatha pita idanim krishnatam gataha. Your son, Krishna, appear as an incarnation in every millennium. In past, he assumed three different colors, white, red and yellow. And now he has appeared in blackish color. In another Dwapar Yuga, he appeared as Lord Ramachandra. It should be, is it Dwapar Yuga, is it Treta Yuga? In another Dwapar Yuga, maybe some other Yuga where there is as Lord Ramachandra in the color of Shuk, a parrot. All such incarnations have now assembled in Krishna. So this Prabhupada's translation is also purport. Manifesting his form in every yuga, he has taken the form with white, red and yellow. In these three colors, in this yuga, during the manifestation, he has taken the dark color. This is the actually word, it's a translation according to just a verse, but Srila Prabhupada has given purport in the verse. Partially explaining the position of Krishna, partially, and partially covering the facts. Gargamuni indicated, your son is great personality, and he can change the color of his body in different ages. The word Granattaha indicates that Krishna is free to make his choice. In other words, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and may therefore do whatever he desires. In Vedic literature, the different colors assumed by the Personality of Godhead in different millennium are stated, and therefore, when Gargamuni said, your son has assumed these colors, he indirectly said he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because of the Kansa atrocities, Gargamuni tried to avoid disclosing this fact. But he indirectly informed Nanda Maharaj that Krishna, his son, was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It may be noted that Srila Jiva Goswami in his book Karma Sandarbha has enunciated the purport of this verse. In every millennium, Krishna appears in different forms, either as white, red or yellow, but this time he personally appeared in his original blackish form and, as predicted by Gargamuni, exhibited power of Narayan. Because in this form the Supreme Personality of Godhead exhibits himself fully, his name is Sri Krishna, the all-attractive. Factually, Krishna is soul of all avatars, and therefore all the different features of the different avatars are present in Krishna. When Krishna incarnate, all the features of the other incarnation are already present within him. Other incarnation are partial representation of Krishna, who is the full-fledged incarnation of Supreme Being. It is to be understood that the Supreme Being, whether appearing as Shukla, white, Rakta, red, or Pita, white, red, and yellow, is the same person. When he appears in the different incarnation, he appears in different colors, just like sunshine, which contains 7 colors. Sometimes the color of the sunshine are represented separately, otherwise the sunshine is observed mainly as bright light. The different avatars such as Manvantar avatar, Leela avatar, Dash avatar are all included in Krishna avatar. When Krishna appears, all the avatar appear with him, as described in Srimad Bhagvatam 1:3-26. Avatara he asankhya he sankhya sattva nidhe dvejah dveja hayatva Bhavidasana Kulya Sahasasyo Sahasrasha. The avatars incessantly appear like the incessantly flowing water. No one can count how many waves are there in flowing water. Similarly, there is no limitation to the avatars. And Krishna is the full-fledged representation of the all avatars, because he is the source of all avatars. Krishna is Ansi, whereas others are Ansa, part of Krishna. All living entities, including us, are Ansa. Mama Ivansa Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. These Ansas are Ansas are of different magnitude. Human beings who are minute Ansa, and the demigod, Vishnu Tattva, and all other living entities are all parts of Supreme. Nitya Nityanam Chetas Chetanam. Krishna is the full representation of all living entities. And when Krishna is present, all avatars are included in him. The 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam describes the incarnation for each yuga in chronological order in Bhagavad Dharma, Nimi Maharaj's Yagya. The Bhagavatam says, Krite Shuklas Chaturbaho Tretayam Rakta Varno Vasau Dvapure Bhagavan Shyama Krishno Varnam Tvesha Krishnam. 11.532. We actually see that in Kali Yuga, Bhagavan has appeared in a Pita Varna or yellow color as Gaur Sundar. Although the Bhagavatam speak of Krishna Varnam, to adjust all these statements, one should understand that although in some yugas some of the colors are prominent, in every yuga, whenever Krishna appears, all the colors are present. Krishna Varnam Tvesha Krishna. Although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears without Krishna or a black color, he is understood to be Krishna himself. Idanim Krishnata Gataha. Idanim Krishnatam Gataha. The same original Krishna who appeared in different varna has now appeared. The word asan indicates he is always present. Whenever the Supreme Personality Godhead appears in his full feature, he is understood to be the Krishna Varnam, although he appears in different colors. Prahlad Maharaj states that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Channa. What is that is, although he is Krishna, he is covered by a yellow color. Thus the Gaudiya Vaishnavas accept conclusion that although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in a Pita color, he is Krishna. Krishna Varnam Tvesha Krishna Sangopaga Astra Parshadaha Yagnai Sankirtan Prai Yajanti Sumedasa. Oh, lengthy purport. In this verse, Garga tells Nanda that his son is a Mahapurush, great personality. Your son appears in every yuga and has assumed 3 different colors, red, white, and yellow. Granato indicate the Krishna except by his own will. Now, Idanim, at the end of the Dwapar Yuga, he has taken the form of Krishna, That is what Garga wants to convey to Nanda. The actual meaning, however, is hidden. Pointing his finger at the Nanda's son, Garga Muni indicates that the white, red and yellow color forms are Krishna's part or ansa, and now he has appeared in his full form as Avatari, the source of all avatar, Krishna tam gataha. Or the sentence can mean white and red and yellow forms indicating all the Manvantra avatars, Leela avatar and Purusha avatar are all included in Krishna, Krishna tam gataha. The original form of Krishna has now appeared with all ansa within himself. The 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam states that Lord comes in Satya Yuga in white color and red color in Treta Yuga and blackish color in Dwapar Yuga and a black color in Kali Yuga. Specific color and names are linked to the specific Yuga. Taking the statement into account, then does the yellow color mentioned in this verse belong to an avatar or not? One should not say that because the word asan means past tense for 3 avatars, that yellow can refer to the 4th avatar appearing in Dwapar Yuga. We could claim that the word Shyam in the 11th canto should read Peet, or that Peet yellow. ये थोड़ा कम करो 24. From the sandhi of tatha and apita, not yellow or pale, with the meaning of Shyam in the present verse. But then there is still the problem of 3 colored forms, white, red and black. The word Tanu is in plural, not singular or dual. Krishna appeared in 3 successive yugas. He also appeared in Dwapar Yuga out of order, because according to the 11th canto, Krishna should be in Kali Yuga. To have the 3 colors of the avatar appearing in each of the previous 2 yugas, Krishna appearing in Dwapar Yuga is also not an acceptable proposal. Nor can one claim that Idanim should mean the first part of the Kali Yuga, and that Krishna appeared in Kali Yuga in agreement with Canto 11. It is well known that Krishna appeared at the end of Dwapar Yuga. According to the Bhagvatam, Kali Yuga began the early day and moment. Kali Yuga began the early day and moment Sri Krishna left the earth planet. The explanation of the verse above 10.8.13 is as follows. Now the final. The 2 words yatha and tatha occur as a pair. Whether they both appear or only one appear, the other must be understood. In this case, the sentence should read, just as yatha, now idanim, in Dwapar Yuga, the source of all avatar appeared, the attracts all living entities with his beautiful blackish color, Krishnata. In Kali Yuga, tatha, as well during the first part of the in the first part, all the avatar appear within him when he takes a yellow form. Idanim now is taken in slightly broad span from the end of Dwapar to the first part of Kali Yuga to apply to the appearance of both avatars, namely Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That may be so, but did the person with a black color who is now receiving his name Karana appear in the black form before? Does the word Idanim now indicate something new and temporary? The black avatar is not a temporary phenomena because he existed before and now he is making another appearance. Not only the black avatar, however, all the avatar existed before, but they are making their appearance now. Therefore, the past tense is used asa. Just as 3 color appeared previously in the yugas, Now they manifest. Pointing with his finger, Gargamuni says, this son of yours, Asya, is Anu Yugam Tanu. Anu Yugam Tanu, he who accepts all the avatars from Yug after Yug. Suta Goswami has stated that avatars countless, avatar hi asankhya. In the Srimad Bhagvatam 10, 14, 21. Lord Brahma says, Kwa va katham va kaliva. O Lord, how do you accept these unlimited forms? As this is so in the 28th Yuga cycle during Dwapar and Kali Yuga, the avatari appear in black and yellow form. At this time, the Shyam and Krishna Yuga avatar appear within form of avataris. The Lord's yellow form is mentioned in the Vishnu Sahasranam, which appears in chapter 189 of the Dana Dharma Parva of Mahabharata. Swarna Varno Hemango Varangasa Chandana Angadi. In his early pastime, the Supreme Lord appears as a householder with a golden complexion. His limbs are beautiful and his body smeared with the pulp of sandalwood seem like molten gold. In the further state, it further states, Sannyasa Krishna Sannyasa Krishamah Shanto Nishta Shanti Prayana. In his later pastime, the Supreme Lord accepts the sannyas order and he is equipoised and peaceful. He is the highest abode of peace and devotion, for he silences the impersonalist and non-devotees. Though this is mentioned in Mahabharata, it is not stated clearly in other places in the Shastra. The reason is that this is the secret matter. Prahlad Maharaj states this in an indirect way in the Srimad Bhagavatam 7.9.38. Channaha kalo yada abhavastri yugo athasvatvam. Because the Lord appeared in hidden ways in Kali Yuga, he is addressed as Tri Yuga. The Lord is hidden because he covers his color and mood with other colors and mood so that contemporary people cannot recognize him. The reason for this invisibility is that Krishna desired to know the sweetness of Radhika's prem by assuming Radha's body and taking up her emotion and color. Although Srimati Radharani is the most hidden and secret of all, Gaudiya Vaishnava know this very well. It is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 11.5, 31 and 32. Nana tantra vidhanena kalau api tata shrino Krishna varnam tvesha Krishno. Now listen to the Shastric rule for worshipping the Lord in Kali Yuga. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. Intelligent people worship the Lord by loudly chanting his holy name. The hidden meaning of this parampara, hidden meaning of this praman means evidence, which appears in the discussion of Yuga Avatar is proved as previously in an esoteric way. There are two meanings to this verse 11.5.31. Kalavapi can mean in all Kali Yuga, or it can mean the particular Kali Yuga during the 28th cycle in Brahma's day. King Parikshit was already attentive, but nevertheless Sukdev further attract his attention by saying, Tatha Shrino, just hear me, because Sukdev is going to explain the secret meaning of avatar described in these scriptures. He tells King Parikshit to pay close attention. In Kali Yuga, the Tantra, supplementary Vedic literature are the prominent proof. Therefore, Sukdev referred to them Nana Tantra Vidhanena. Considering the Bhagavatam verse 11.5.32, Krishna Varnam Tvesha Krishna, it is seen that whenever Krishna appears in Kali Yuga, one in the day of Brahma, he appears with a dark sham complexion. But his transcendental body is not black like a member of the known class, Shudra. Rather, Krishna's transcendental body radiates a superbly beautiful effulgence, Tvesha, which is Akrishanam, brighter than the mound of blue sapphires. The second meaning of the above verse, in the Kali Yuga, appearing in the 28th cycle, Yuga cycle, the Supreme Lord is of category Varna of Krishna, but his effulgence is Akrishna or Pita, yellow. Why yellow? Because in the description of Yuga avatar, the color white, red and blackish were previously mentioned. The only color left is Pita, yellow. Therefore, Krishna and Pita combine in one body. Inside Krishna Varna, the category of Krishna, and externally Pita Varna or Krishna Varna can mean one who describe varnan of pastime of Krishna. Meaning of the rest of the verse, Sango Pangastar Parsadam, is clear, and the same covered nature described there applies to both the interpretations. Jiva Goswami writes, literally meaning is this: Yuga avatar, Yuga after Yuga, time after time, he accepted different bodies, white and other colors, but now, as your son, he has appeared in blackish color, which attracts the universe. He has become equal to Narayan in form and qualities. It will be said, Narayan samo gunahi. In this child has qualities like Vishnu, in verse number 19. Thus his previous births were described, and Nanda, as a great devotee, was satisfied because he is the most attractive form. He is called Krishna. This is his chief name. According to the order of the birth, Laghu Vaishno Toshni, first Garga explained Balaram's name. Then he explained Krishna's name. Literary meaning is this: Yuga after Yuga, time after, this is we read. But what Garga is saying to Nanda is this: not revealing the Krishna as the Supreme Lord. His accepting bodies, Tanu Granataha, is done independently by his will, as if by the power of yoga. His method of worshipping is indicated by showing the nature of the Narayan through his acceptance of different colors. In those previous times, by worship of those different forms, such as which are actually Krishna's expansion, Krishna attained similarity to those forms and took on those colors. At the present time, by worshipping Narayan directly in his blackish form, this child was become blackish also. It will be said, Narayan samo gunai. This child has qualities like Vishnu. Thus, his previous birth was described, and Nanda, a great devotee, was satisfied. It should be understood that Krishna is also the principal name, since in this form he is fixed in his natural form, with display of the highest qualities. Thus the meaning also is, he has assumed the form whose name is Krishna. The hidden and real meaning is as follows. Yuga after yuga, when he reveals his forms, he revealed 3 different colors. All the avatars of white, red and yellow and other color also have made their appearance within Krishna when he has appeared at the present time, since he appears with all his expansions. Thus Krishna is the principal name, since this form is personally Swayam Bhagavan. Since all avatars have been harmonized with him and within him, and since he has all attractive qualities, Krishi Bhuvachaka Shabdo Nahascha Nivartivachaka Tayor Aikyam Param Brahma Krishna iti abhidhiyate. Krishna means existence and Ana means bliss. Combined together, 2 words indicate Krishna, the supreme form of God. The qualities mentioned in this derivation are also included in Krishna's name. Thus Krishna's name possesses highest bliss, since it includes all bliss. This is by nature the greatest name, just as Vedas all included in Pranava, Om, and all forms of the Lord are included in Krishna's form. All names of Lord are included in the name Krishna. This is responsible, since the other names are like adjective describe object Krishna. In Prahlad Khanda Skanda Puran it is said, Madhura Madhuram Etan Mangalam Manglanam Sakala Nigam Valiyata Phalam Chitta Swarupam Sakradapi Parigritam Shardaya Helayaba Bragovara Nara Namataram Taryeta Krishna Nama. The name of Krishna is sweeter than the sweetest and the most auspicious of all things auspicious. It is the highest fruit in the tree of all Vedas, and it is composed entirely of the pure consciousness. O best of the Bhrigu dynasty, heard once with faith or in negligence, it can deliver any human being. Namnam Mukhyantram Nama Krishna Kyamme Parantapa, O conqueror of the enemies. The name of Krishna is the chief of all names. Hari Bhakti Vilas. Credited to Prahlad, to Prabhas Puran. Even just the first syllable Krishna is famous as Mahamantar. As Mahamantar. Okay, our time is over. At least one verse we should do. Tattva Sandra. The verse in the 11th canto confirm that is stated in this verse. I think everything is there. Oh, Adi Leela 335. Tarera Yugavatara Jani Gargamasha Krishnera Nama Karane Karyache na Nirnaya. Knowing him, Lord Chaitanya, to be the incarnation of Kali Yuga, Garga Muni during the name-giving ceremony of Krishna predicted his appearance. Asan Varno, this verse. And the next verse. This verse quoted from Srimad Bhagavatam, just we read. Shukala Rakta Pita Varna Eiti Nadyuti Satya Treta Kali Kale Dharena Sripati. White, red and yellow, these are the three bodily features that the Lord, the husband of God, is a fortune assumed in these ages of Satya, Treta and Kali, respectively. Idanim Dwapure Tino Haila Krishna Varna Sei Saba Shastra Agama Puranera Marama. Now in the Dwapur Yuga, the Lord had descended in the blackish hue. This is the essence of all his statement in the Purana and other Vedic literature with reference to the context. Verse 39. Dwapure Bhagavan Shyama Pita Vasa Nijayudaha Shri Vatsadi Bhyankasta Lakshanaihi Upalakshita. In the Dwapur Yuga, this personality of God had appeared in black hue. He is dressed in yellow. He holds his own weapon and is decorated with the coats of jewel and the marks of Srivatsa. This is how his symptoms are described. This is the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 11.5.7.27, spoken by Sant Bhajan on the one of the 9 royal mystics, Yogendra, who extend to King Nimi in different features of the Lord. Verse 40. Kali Yuga Yuga Dharma Namera Prachar Tahi Lage Pita Varna Chaitanya Avatar. So, the religious practice for the Kali Yuga is to broadcast the glories of the holy name. Only for this purpose that Lord in the yellow color descended as Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya. And Prabhupada writes, in this age of Kali, the practical symptom of religion are for everyone is chanting of the name of God. This was introduced in this age by Lord Chaitanya. Bhakti Yoga actually begin with chanting of the holy name. As confirmed by Madhva Acharya in his commentary on the Mondaka Upanishad, he quotes the verse from the Narayan Santa. In the Dwapar Yuga, people could worship Lord Vishnu only by regulatory principle of the Narada Pancharatra and other such authorized books. In the age of Kali, however, people should simply chant the holy name of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna mantra is specially mentioned in many Upanishads, such as Kali Santana Upanishad, where it is said, this we know. After searching through all the Vedic literature, one cannot find method of religious more sublime for this age than chanting Hare Krishna. 41. Tapta kanchan tapta hema samakanti prakanda sarira nava megha jini kantha dwani ye gambhira. The luster of his expensive body resembled molten gold. The deep sound of his voice conquered the thundering of the newly assembled clouds. Daireghya vistare ye apanara hata chari hasta hai mahapurusha vikhyata. One who measures 4 cubits in height and is in breadth by his own hand is celebrated as great personality. Such a person is called Nyogrodha Parimandala. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who personified all the good qualities, has body of Nyogrodha Parimanda. Verse 44. Having arms long enough to reach Ajana Lambita Bhujo Kamala Lochana Tila Pula Jini Nasa Tila Pula Jini Nasa Sudhanshuhu Vadana. His arms are long enough to reach his knees. His eyes are just like lotus flower. His nose is like a sesame flower, and his face is beautiful as moon. Shanta Danta Krishna Bhakti Nishtaha Prayana Bhakta Vatsala Sushila Sarvabhauma Sama. He is peaceful, self-controlled, and fully devoted to transcendental service of the Lord Sri Krishna. He is the affectionate towards his devotees. He is gentle and he is equally disposed towards all living entities. Chandrera Angada Bala Chandana Bhushana Nirtya Kale Pari Karena Krishna Sankirtana. He is decorated with the sandalwood bangles and ornaments and anointed with the pulp of sandalwood. He especially wears these decorations to dance in Sri Krishna Sankirtan. Ei Sabha Gunalaya Mohi Vaishvapayana Sahasranam Kailatara Nama Ganana. According to these qualities of Lord Chaitanya, the sage Vaishpayan included his name in the Vishnu Sahasranam. Doi Leela Chaitanya Adi Aradasesha Doi Leela Chari Chari Nama Vishesha. The pastime of Chaitanya have 2 divisions. Early pastime Adi Leela and the later pastime Sesha Leela. He has 4 names in each of these Leelas. Swarnavarno Hemango Varangan Chandanangadi Sanyaskrit Shamas Shanto Nishta Shanti Prayan. We have read this verse. And here's a lengthy purport on this verse by Srila Prabhupada. Okay, verse number 14. Pragayam Vasudevasya Kvachit Datas Jatastvatmaja Vasudeva iti Shriman Abhigyata Samprachakshate. For many reasons, this beautiful son of yours sometime appeared previously as the son of Vasudeva. Therefore, those who are learned sometime called this child Vasudeva. So one name is Krishna, other name is Vasudeva. Garga Muni indirectly disclosed this child was originally born as son of Vasudeva. Although he is acting as your child, generally he is your child, but sometimes he is the son of Vasudeva. Garga Muni informed Nanda that in a previous life, Prag, his son was born in the solitary place from Vasudeva and was called Vasudeva. Not only Garg but acknowledgeable person also know this. In this way, he discloses the fact. I think we should end it here. You must be over time, right? Hare Krishna. Yeah, 3 left. Any question or comment? Verse 13 is one of the most important verses actually to comprehend, to discuss, to assimilate, to understand the clear concept. Any question or comment, or already we are late? Only 10 minutes, not more. No question, no comment? Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Hari Bol, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.
Recording stopped.
Nitai Gaur Premanande.